This is Chapter 6 of Portal 2.
Oh, hi. So, how are you holding up? Because I'm a potato. Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing. So we have that. Since it doesn't look like we're going anywhere, well, we are going somewhere, alarmingly fast actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility. Good, that's still working. Hey, just in case this pit isn't actually bottomless, do you think maybe you could unstrap one of those long fall boots of yours and shove me into it? Just remember to land on one foot.
So we walk our way through the debris. And we need to pass through a series of obstacles just by shooting our portal through. And then this one we need to shoot our portal up here, dropping down. And at the end here, we need to shoot the portal across the way into the wall and up onto the catwalk. Then you will be following this pillar in the ground. And then back behind where you came from, up above, shoot a portal up there, shoot one on ground level and go through. Then shoot one below you. Drop down and keep following the keep out signs. So for this part, we walk up, use the action button on the lever to open the gate, and I like to start on this side. So I shoot my portal there. Okay, obviously, a little bit higher. So I get on the catwalk here. I shoot my portal inside and then shoot one across the way, because there are two buttons in each of these rooms and you have to push them within a couple seconds of each other. So I walk in, push the first one, and push the second. Then you simply follow the catwalk straight out of the room and wait for the giant door to open. Once the doors open, the lights come on, the gate opens, and you use the action button on the door up here. Use the action button again, and we are now in a giant system of caves with giant metal spheres in the water. So we proceed up the catwalk, and we go to the first door, which, as we can see, is slightly open. Go ahead and shoot a portal inside there. We'll walk in. Oh. Then you use the action button on the lever again, which will turn the lights on and open the door.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Amateur Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who is ready to make some science? Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
Okay, so as you saw me do, I like to get up here to this platform, and we need to get to this room over here. And as you can see, the little nuclear symbol dropped out of the aperture logo. We need to shoot ourselves through that to get to the room. So I shoot my portal to the angled platform below, walk to the edge, shoot my portal, and jump through. This takes us to the old 60s and 70s aperture testing area.
Every day here in our enrichment spheres. I can't personally oversee every one of them, so these pre-recorded messages will cover any questions you might have and respond to any incidents that may occur in the course of your science adventure. Your test assignment will vary depending on the manner in which you have bent the world to your will. Those of you helping us test the repulsion gel today, just follow the blue line on the floor. Those of you who volunteered to be injected with praying mantis DNA, I've got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is we're postponing those tests indefinitely. Good news is we've got a much better test for you. Fighting an army of mantis men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
So, for this area, we need to ultimately end up on the right here at Testing Station Alpha. You can portal over here and use the action button on these 3 doors, which will cause Cave Johnson to say random testing facts. I shoot my portal up here on the angled platform, and then I go back down. Despite the warnings, you need to drop through the elevator shaft, shoot the portal down here, and jump through, thus causing you to end up at Station Alpha. Once inside, you find a lever in the room. Go ahead and use the action button on it, which turns the blue gel pump on. From here, I shoot my portal up here, shoot one right in front of me, Then you will need to follow this gel tube down to the catwalk.
They say great science is built on the shoulders of giants. Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding. Let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control group, by the way. You get the gel. Last poor son of a gun got blue paint. All joking aside, that did happen. Broke every bone in his legs. Tragic, but informative. Or so I'm told.
So the blue gel is the repulsion gel, which bounces you like so. And it will also make you jump higher if you are simply jumping from inside of it. We can see up here is our switch for the door, and across the way is our switch to release the cube. So we'll go across, we'll push the switch, which drops the cube, and we have to go pick it up. Take it back to our portal, drop it on the switch, put it back on the gel, and walk through the door.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.
We shoot the portal up there, come around to the end here, shoot over here. Then we go to the end of this catwalk ledge and jump off.
For this next test, we put nanoparticles in the gel. In layman's terms, that's a billion little gizmos that are going to travel into your bloodstream and pump experimental genes and RNA molecules and so forth into your tumors. Now, maybe you don't have any tumors. Well, don't worry. If you sat on a folding chair in the lobby and weren't wearing lead underpants, we took care of that too.
So as we can see here, behind me we have a switch, and in front of me there's a cube and a moving platform. What we need to do is shoot a portal to get onto the moving platform. And then shoot one over there. And when you put it on the switch, it triggers this platform to appear. So what you need to do is shoot your portal onto that. You could have stayed on the platform like I didn't, but what you do is you jump through the portal onto the gel, and you're in the other room. We see our cube across the room. Go ahead and jump into the sideways gel. Pick up the cube and go back onto the gel. You can push B at any time, or rather the crouch button at any time to make you stop bouncing off of the gel. With our cube on the switch, we open up a new platform. So I go down to this level again, and I jump off onto the gel and through the door.
Oh, in case you got covered in that repulsion gel, here's some advice the lab boys gave me. Do not get covered in the repulsion gel. We haven't entirely nailed down what element it is yet, but I'll tell you that a lively one, and it does not like the human skeleton. All these science spheres are made of asbestos, by the way. Keeps out the rats. Let us know if you feel a shortness of breath, a persistent dry cough, or your heart stopping, because that's not part of the test. That's asbestos. Good news is the lab boys say the symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing. Worst case scenario, you miss out on a few rounds of canasta. Plus, you forwarded the cause of science by 3 centuries. I punch those numbers into my calculator, it makes a happy face.
So, as you saw, I make a portal up to this higher platform, and then right when you step out of it, you turn to your left, and you shoot a portal through here.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean Counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive.
So we have our switch on the floor here, which will trigger the blue gel to fall out. We want to keep our portal down here below it to catch it, because we will want to put it on the floor. I like to cover as much of the floor as I can. For no apparent reason. Once you've done that, you need to get the gel on this upper platform, which you will then jump up to and use. Once up here, you'll need to once again put the gel on this platform and out in front of where you're going to be. Jump onto the gel, bounce up through the emancipation grill, shoot the portal there, shoot the portal where the blue gel falls, it will travel down there. Now what you need to do is make sure your portal is still there, shoot one on the floor below you, and jump through.
Calcium in it so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction. Now, if you're part of control group Kepler-7, we implanted a tiny microchip about the size of a postcard into your skull. Most likely you've forgotten it's even there. But if it starts vibrating and beeping during this next test, let us know. Because that means it's about to hit 500 degrees, so we're going to need to go ahead and get that out of you pretty fast.
So for this test, we see our switch here, which will turn off this fluid, which is water. The water will clean off any gel. So we need to put the portal under the blue gel, get the blue gel up on the switch area first, and then put it so that it aims where the water is hitting. Jump up, push the switch that turns off the water, wait for the blue gel to hit, and then jump.
Telling them, keep your pants on. All right, this next test may involve trace amounts of time travel. So, word of advice, if you meet yourself on the testing track, don't make eye contact. Lab boys tell me that'll wipe out time. Entirely. Forward and backward. So, do both of yourselves a favor and just let that handsome devil go about his business.
As you have seen, I put the portal underneath where the blue gel is falling, put it on the angled platform, and shoot it up there. What you need to do now, shoot the portal up there, put a portal on your angled platform, one portal below you, and jump through. Once you're up here, you'll be able to look down at the first part of this test again. Go ahead and shoot a portal there for now. And when you come back here, shoot portals across the way so that you cover the angled platform in blue gel. With that done, you need to get to the ledge, shoot a portal below you, and jump through. Once up here, you need to shoot high on the ledge, on the pillar.
If you're hearing this, it means you're taking a long time on the catwalks between tests. The lab boys say that might be a fear reaction. I'm no psychiatrist, but coming from a bunch of eggheads who wouldn't recognize the thrill of danger if it walked up and snapped their little pink bras, that sounds like projection. They didn't fly into space, storm a beach, or bring back the gold. No, sir, we did. It's you and me against the world, son. I like your grit. Hustle could use some work, though. Now let's solve this thing.
So as you saw, I put another portal underneath the blue gel. You need to put the portal above the cube, which will cover it in the gel, and it will start bouncing. It breaks the glass and escapes, and you have to try and catch the cube. Take it over here to the water to clean it off, and you will need to come over here and put it on the switch. This lowers the platform. So I put blue gel on the floor here to get up to the platform, and then you will need to put it near the cube so that the cube bounces off of the button.
Science isn't about why, it's about why not. Why is so much of our science dangerous? Why not marry safe science if you love it so much? In fact, why not invent a special safety door that won't hit you on the butt on the way out because you are fired? Now you test subject, you're doing fine. Yes, you, box your stuff. Out the front door, parking lot, car, goodbye. Congratulations! The simple fact that you're standing here listening to me means you've made a glorious contribution to science. As founder and CEO of Aperture Science, I thank you for your participation and hope we can count on you for another round of tests. We're not going to release this stuff into the wild until it's good and damn ready, so as long as you keep yourself in top physical form, there'll always be a limo waiting for you. Say goodbye, Carolyn.
Goodbye, Carolyn.
She is a gem.
So as we saw, you can't get through that way. So I put a portal here, and I shoot one across the way to testing station beta. This part is a little bit tricky because you need to shoot a portal up here. And once you are up here, go ahead and shoot one over there, and you're trying to aim at this one on the other side of the wall. So be prepared once you jump through the portal to shoot your other portal. Once there, go inside the office, push the 2 levers down and go through the door. This takes us to our control room, where we need to get into the control room in order to raise the lift to get up to the next testing sphere. So I like to portal up to the highest platform here.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash. You can also feel free to relax for up to 20 minutes in the waiting room, which is a damn sight more comfortable than the park benches most of you were sleeping on when we found you. So, welcome to Aperture. You're here because we want the best, and you're it. Nope, couldn't keep a straight face. Anyway, don't smudge up the glass down there. In fact, why don't you just go ahead and not touch anything unless it's test related.
So, as you saw, I'm up on the higher platform, and you will need to shoot a portal onto the angled area over there. Trying not to fail. And you will be propelled into the control room.
Oh, hi. Say, you're good at murder. Oh, thanks. Did you feel that? That idiot doesn't know what he's doing up there. This whole place is going to explode in a few hours if somebody doesn't disconnect him. I can't move, and unless you're planning to saw your own head off and wedge it into my old body, you're going to need me to replace him. We're at an impasse. So what do you say? You carry me up to him and put me back into my body, and I stop us from blowing up and let you go. No tricks. This potato only generates 1.1 volts of electricity. I literally do not have the...
So you pick her up, stab her through the portal gun.
What is wrong with... Oh, do you have a multimeter? Never mind. The gun must be part magnesium. It feels like I'm outputting an extra half a volt. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to do some scheming. Here I go.
So our lift is now raising.
Oh, where are we? How long have I been out? That extra half volt helps, but it isn't going to power miracles. If I think too hard, I'm going to fry this potato before we get a chance to burn up in the atomic fireball that little idiot is going...
We shoot our portal right up here so that we will be flung into the lift and at the elevator.